The metal's too thick. For the bomb to work, we'd actually need to place it on Ego's core. And our fat butts ain't gonna fit through those tiny holes.
Now that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is behind us, let's talk about the potential for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 4 in the MCU. James Gunn wrapped up his Guardians journey with Volume 3, but the door is left open with the introduction of a new Guardians team. Gunn's off to DC to work his magic there, but in the Marvel Universe, characters stick around, especially the ones that rake in the cash. So, will there be a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 4? Marvel's been known to extend trilogies into ongoing sagas. Just look at Thor: Love and Thunder expanding the Thor storyline into a fourth film. Captain America and Spider-Man are also getting the sequel treatment. With the setup from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, there's a good chance we'll see Volume 4 down the line, even if Gunn isn't steering the ship and new faces step up. The real question now isn't whether they'll return, but which Guardians will be returning to MCU next time around. So let's discuss how likely each Guardians of the Galaxy character's MCU return is after Volume 3. Star-Lord. After Guardians 3, Marvel has made it clear that Star-Lord isn't done yet. The movie ended with Peter Quill parting ways with the team to reunite with his grandpa on Earth, but Marvel assured us with a post-credits statement the legendary Star-Lord will return. This means Chris Pratt's character isn't fading into the background just yet. While details are scarce on how, when, or where Star-Lord will reappear in the MCU, Marvel's confirmation hints at future plans. He could join upcoming projects like Avengers: The Kang Dynasty or Avengers: Secret Wars. There's also talk of him popping up in the Nova solo film or surprising us in Guardians Volume 4. And who knows, maybe there's even a legendary Star-Lord standalone movie or Disney Plus series in the works. Marvel's keeping it under wraps for now, but it's clear they've got something exciting in store for Star-Lord's next adventures. Rocket. Rocket's return to the MCU hasn't been officially confirmed, but Volume 3 set up a promising future for him. In the post-credits scene, Rocket is appointed as the new captain of the Guardians of the Galaxy, which positions him prominently in the cosmic landscape of the MCU. His leadership role includes a team that features Groot, Kraglin, Cosmo, Adam Warlock, and Phyla-Vell. While there may not be an immediate spot for Rocket in upcoming MCU projects, his popularity and expanded role strongly suggest he'll be back. As one of the key Guardians of the Galaxy characters, Rocket is likely to continue playing a significant part in Marvel's cosmic adventures ahead. Groot. It's highly likely that Groot will make a return to the MCU. He's confirmed to be part of the new Guardians team, and notably, he's grown even larger. While Marvel Studios hasn't disclosed the full lineup of this new team, it would be unexpected if they didn't play a role in the multiverse saga in some capacity. Whenever they do return, Groot will undoubtedly still be standing alongside Rocket. Groot's enduring popularity as a fan-favorite character, coupled with his CGI nature and regenerative abilities, makes it convenient for Marvel Studios to keep him integral to the franchise. So while specifics are still under wraps, count on seeing Groot continue his adventures in the MCU. Mantis. There's a good chance we'll see Mantis return to the MCU after Volume 3. Her story in the movie concludes with her departing from the Guardians to explore her true identity. Having spent her life under Ego's influence and then with the cosmic team, Mantis has never had the chance to truly decide for herself. Her departure with the three Abelisks suggests she might be absent from the MCU for a while, but it also opens up possibilities for her character's future development. While the specifics of her return are unclear, Mantis has potential for further exploration in the MCU. Her journey of self-discovery and the skills she possesses could lead to intriguing new storylines. So while she may be taking a break for now, don't count Mantis out from making a significant return down the cosmic road. Nebula. It's quite likely that Nebula will return to the MCU after Volume 3. Once a villain and now a member of the team, she departs to help transform Nowhere into a place she never had as a child. Her deep bond with Rocket and the Guardians' history with Nowhere as their base gives her strong connections to future storylines. While Nebula's days as a main roster member may be behind her, her ties to Rocket and Nowhere suggest she could resurface in Guardians 4 or wherever Rocket's new team ventures next. Her MCU journey might evolve in unexpected ways, but it's clear Nebula still has a role to play in Marvel's cosmic universe. Gamora. Gamora's return to the MCU seems unlikely. In Volume 3, she chooses not to rejoin the team or reunite with Peter Quill, opting instead to return to the Ravagers. This decision theoretically leaves room for her to come back, but Zoe Saldana has indicated that she's finished with the role. Originally intended to die in Guardians Volume 2 and then meeting her end in Avengers Infinity War, only to be resurrected through time travel in Avengers Endgame, Gamora's appearance in Guardians 3 appears to be her final chapter in the MCU. Drax. Drax's return to the MCU seems unlikely, despite the loose ends in Guardians Volume 3. He stays behind on nowhere to guide the rescued children, hinting at a potential future with Phyla-Vell. However, Dave Bautista has made it clear he won't be coming back to play the role. He's even suggested Marvel might recast Drax if they decide to bring him back, though this move could pose risks for the franchise. Given Bautista's stance, it seems this may mark the end of Drax's journey in the MCU, unless Marvel decides to take a bold approach and recast the character. Marvel Studios faces a significant challenge in contemplating the recasting of Drax after Dave Bautista's departure from the role. Unlike previous MCU recasts, such as with Terrence Howard and Edward Norton, where the shift was manageable due to the evolving nature of characters and storylines, Drax presents a unique situation. The success of the Guardians franchise has been built on the chemistry and distinctive performances of its ensemble cast, including Bautista's portrayal of Drax. Drax's character is closely intertwined with Bautista's charismatic and memorable performance, making it hard for audiences to accept anyone else in the role. Bautista not only made Drax a fan favorite, but also defined the character's identity on screen. Unlike characters with more flexible personas, attempting to replace Bautista would likely invite inevitable comparisons and potential disappointment. Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock's arrival in Guardians Volume 3 has stirred up familiar concerns about Phase 4 of the MCU. While his debut sets him up as a new member of the Guardians team with big possibilities ahead, there's a bit of uncertainty about what Marvel has in store for him after this movie. Director James Gunn picked Will Poulter for the role because he felt he could handle both the serious and funny sides of the character. But there hasn't been much talk about Warlock's future. Even Poulter himself isn't sure about what's next for his character. This uncertainty mirrors a larger issue in Phase 4, where new characters like Gillan from Shang-Chi, Dane Whitman, the future Black Knight from Eternals, and Clea from Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness were introduced without clear plans for their follow-up. Adam Warlock, with his rich comic book history and potential to be a major player in the MCU, deserves a meaningful role that goes beyond occasional cameos. His debut in Guardians Volume 3 gave us a taste, but now Marvel needs to figure out how to integrate him into future storylines in a way that avoids the perceived pitfalls of Phase 4. Looking ahead to Phase 6 and projects like Avengers: The Kang Dynasty and Avengers: Secret Wars, fans are eager to see Adam Warlock realize his potential as a significant and impactful character in the evolving MCU storyline. Well, that's it for today. What are your thoughts on the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 4 possibilities? Which characters' return are you most looking forward to, and why? Drop your comments below. I'd love to hear your theories and predictions. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates on all things Marvel. Until next time, keep enjoying the cosmic journey of the MCU.